Hey, thanks for tuning in to today's video. I want to talk about how I managed to get 1.2 million page views for free. And I did that using a strategy that's called side product-led growth. So let's take a step back in memory lane. It all started with my company, BaseTemplates. I took over the website in 2019, and the initial product was a pitch deck template for startup founders. And when I took over the website, sales were coming in through organic channels like Google, but also partnerships. And I was thinking about how I could ramp up the sales, because ultimately it was my goal to really bring the company to the next level. But on the other hand, I didn't really have money to spend on paid acquisitions, and also any kind of organic content creation would take too long. So I asked myself, how can I bring more people to the website that are interested in buying the products? And I came up with a really, really cool idea. So I created another website that's called Pitch Deck Hunt. And basically it's a directory of over 150 real pitch decks from companies like Shopify, Airbnb, and Uber. And this is a really, really interesting thing, because most founders that are actively thinking about raising money for their startup or building a pitch deck will at some point need any kind of inspiration on how to do it. And so they are most likely to type in a pitch deck example into Google, or look for other real life examples of successful companies. And so I sourced around 150 of these pitch decks, created the simple website in Webflow, and then launched the product on Product Hunt. And it really, really took off from this point. So the website became product number 4 of the week. There were over 1,500 upvotes over time, and the feedback of the community was absolutely great, because they love to have this kind of inspiration around pitch decks. And to be honest, it really, really exceeded any kind of expectations that I had. Because if we are looking at the numbers over the last 2 years, so we launched that in early 2020, we generated over 1.1 million page views just with Pitch Deck Hunt. And imagine how much money you would need to pay to get these many people to your website. And for us, it was also really, really nice to have these people on the website, because it was exactly the audience that we were talking to with all of our products. But not only enough that we had generated all of these page views, we also created a ton of backlinks, so 800 backlinks that are now redirecting to Pitch Deck Hunt, and the domain rating of the freshly created domain jumped to 43 in no time. And this is really, really a big accomplishment if you think about this, because for most domains that are just starting out, it really takes a ton of time to do this. And so at this point, I realized that side product-led growth can be a real game changer for any kind of business that I'm running. And it is another way of spending your time and your money. And in comparison to most paid acquisitions channels, it is something, if it is good, it will stay over time and constantly drive traffic, almost like blog articles or SEO in general. And as you can see, since the moment that we launched the product, it is steadily growing, and we are still acquiring a ton of customers every day, every week, just by launching this kind of website. And after I launched it, I realized, okay, there is some kind of blueprint behind all of this. So I always think about stuff that could be interesting for my key persona or key audience of my product. In this case, founders that are fundraising, that are building their pitch deck, so they need inspiration. This is the right thing to build. Then I can really easily curate from other sources and package things more nicely. In my case, there were directories of pitch decks before that, but no one really had an eye for design, and I just created a better user experience. And then it's really, really easy to build most of these side product-led growth projects in no code or low code. So for Pitch Deck Hunt, it took less than a day to create the whole thing, from sourcing the content to finally launching the website. And in the end, you can really use the launch for any kind of side product. And there are a ton of communities out there where you can launch these side products and really ramp up your traffic through that. And we did it again and again over time. So created another website that's called Founder Resources. We did a fundraising checklist, and to this day, I am the biggest fan of side product-led growth. So if you are struggling with rising customer acquisition costs, if you want to ramp up your company, this is something that you should really take a look into. And if you want to learn more about side product-led growth, make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I will talk about the strategies, the tactics on how to ideate these products, build these products, and then finally launch them. So hit the subscribe button and talk to you soon.